What's going on, guys? It is Shay here. Welcome back to another video, and today, everybody, I'm going to be doing my very own tier list. Now, this is of Dekaranger characters from Tokusou Sentai Dekaranger, the Sentai season that was released the year I was born, which was in 2004. This season is probably one of the, besides my opinion, this is, or to a lot of people, or to a lot of Super Sentai fans, and even Power Ranger fans who don't really care about Sentai or don't really follow the series. Like, let's say that they've maybe watched a clip of it or something like that. Might be like, this is probably one of the best, like, behind Gokaiger, of course, because everybody fucking loves Gokaiger. I don't know why. But, like, this is probably by far one of the best Sentai seasons out there. Also because I think it was the first Sentai, or one, if not the first Sentai season to get, I guess, worldwide recognition. Because, of course other Sentai did, and how do you think, Power Rangers became a thing. But other than that, we have 12 characters up here. I couldn't get Chief Rylig up here because it wouldn't let me download the picture for some reason. So, what if some if I would include my own character, who was Soichiro Ato? But no, he's not, no, it's not that. So, yeah, so we have it in a very, very weird way here. And I have it in the sexy, from all the way to sexiest, all the way down to hell with you. And I don't know if there's going to be any characters going there. Maybe one or two of them. But anyways, with that being said, let's begin. Okay, so the first character that we have here is Kome Kodo, or Yumiko. She is Deka Pink, and she's the 5th in command of the team. I don't know why I had to specify that, but I don't know why, but I'm going to go ahead and get this straight out of the way, okay? What the freak is with everybody and Jasmine? Like, Deka Yellow. What is with everybody says, oh yeah, she's so high. Like, bro, really? No. My freaking mouse is glitching its balls off, but no, she is, I don't know what other people says, but you might have to go right there right quick. Also, I should point out that the way I'm actually ranking this is I'm supposed to be ranking, like, sexiest basically means my favorite characters. Now, if I had to say, Yumiko's probably my favorite female Dekaranger because of her personality. And, like, I guess of her, I don't know, her, how would you say, her free will? I guess, and I guess her never wanting to ever give up. Like, she'll freaking continue to, oh yeah, like, I'm gonna continue to do this, whatever, and stuff like that. So, anyways, let's move on to the next character we have here, and that is Doggy Kruger, who is the main police chief of SPD. I'm about to say SPD Ground Division. I got some on my screen here, but Doggy Kruger is a firm figure of law enforcement, and dude, more you think about it, really doesn't give a fuck whatever the freaking alienizers do. If you've done something bad, well, if you've been judged, guilty or whatever. God, this is a bad way for me to be saying it like this, but if you've been proven guilty, then he will give zero fucks and will kill you instantly. So he's gonna go with the fantastic. I mean, as I said, the sexiest is technically for my favorite characters. But he's gonna go with fantastic. He's really, I would say all these characters are, because I only have three of these characters up here that are from the movies of Dekaranger, and I guess they do kind of count as well. So, that's where he's gonna go. Next up that we have here is Tekon Ira, or Tetsu, who is, which is his nickname, and he is Deka Brave, the 6th Ranger, or the 6th Ranger of the Dekarangers. And, I will say this, now for anybody who's watched Dekaranger, and for those who haven't, I suggest you either don't watch this or skip this, and my glasses have smudges in them. Give me a second. Alright, that's better. But, for anybody who has not watched Dekaranger, I don't recommend you watch this part because I will include some spoilers. When Tetsu was first debuted, he, most like his freaking mentor, who I will get to in a minute, were assholes, basically. Like, they were really, I wouldn't necessarily say stubborn, but, it just seemed like they didn't really respect the silver badge because, Tetsu was a Tokyo, detective, which means, that he has that gold badge, which is like, highly sought after by the Dekaranger themselves, especially Hoji. But he just seems like, he just comes off as and my freaking camera's glitching. But he just comes off as an asshole, I guess, or, a jerk in a way. But then sometime after, he's like, oh my god, like, is this what it really feels like to act on emotion? Because, he was taught to not do that. He was just taught to just do what he was supposed to do and that's it. So, I don't know, dude. Tetsu is not my favorite. He's probably my least favorite Sixth Ranger. Dude, maybe it's because of his suit design, but out of suit, he's pretty cool. But, he's gonna be an I, alright? So, anyways, next character we have here is if I can remember her species, I'm getting PlayStation notifications up here. If I can remember her species name, I'm just gonna call her real name is Swan Shiratori, or Swan-san! Anyways, Swan is like kind of like the you know, I guess the weapon maintainer. Now that's a really corny saying. I guess you could say the person who maintains the weapons and the mecha. The more you think about it, she's always maintaining the mecha is what it seems like every time we see her on screen. And she's also, we have to say, unbearably hot. Other than that, she's a really cool character. Like, she cares for the Dekaranger, you know, as much as she cares for herself, and, you know, Doggy Kruger, of course, and even though, you know, technically, you know, they were in love, well, Doggy Kruger and her, so, she's a pretty good character. So, next up we have here is Hoji Tomasu, or Hoji Tomasu, which is his real name, but they call him Hoji Tomasu, which H-O-J-I is how they spell his nickname. And he is Deca Blue. Also forgot to mention for the other thing up here for good old Swan, but I don't think, because she didn't really last that long, but Hoji is Deca Blue, and he's second in command of Dekaranger. By far my favorite Dekaranger. Stubborn, sexy, but also I guess you would say is very optimistic, I guess, if that's even a proper way to say it. So he's got to go up here with Yumiko, all the way up there with her. So yeah, and also a nice marksman guy, you know. He's like the one who's always seen with an SP shooter in his hand, and I need to stop saying that before I go on a tangent about that gun. So, anyways, next up we have here is the infamous Marika Raymond, or Jasmine, who is Deca Yellow and is fourth in command of the Dekarangers. Everybody's freaking favorite, or actually, I think not even just dudes, but so in Super Sentai, like, everybody's first crush if they ever saw Dekaranger immediately goes to freaking Jasmine. I don't freaking understand it. I guess, but I mean, Jasmine, she's an Esper, you know, freaking cool character. She becomes a mom later on in 10 years after and stuff. Which that's still, I've always found that a little weird. I gotta go on a tangent right quick. Skip this if you don't want to hear this, but with Hikaru, who was the guy who she ended up getting married to, or ended up marrying. He's like, what, 12? And what was she, 25 during, well, I know her actress was 21 during filming that season. But, like, how old was, you know, Hikaru's actor? How old was he? Because he looked about 12, maybe. And if that's the case, that means that was a huge age gap. A huge age gap, but other than that, besides the freaking fact that everybody simps over Jasmine, she's gonna have to go with the Fantastic, okay? She's gonna have to go there. But, you know, and I would also say she's kind of like I guess you could say the storyteller in a way, or kind of like the person who reveals a lot of things that happens, you know, in the near future. And she's also kind of like a mysterious person, especially if you've seen like the after, I guess you could say the post-credit scenes, like during the, you know, the ending theme song. I need to put my computer to charge. That thing about to go dead. But she's kind of like that mysterious person. And maybe that's the reason why everybody likes her. I have no freaking idea. But let's move on to the next character. The next up we have here is Bon Akaza, or Bon, or basically Bang, and, you know, and that, because, you know, that's what his nickname is based off of. It's based off that little, you know, noise for a gunshot in Japanese. But this is Bon, and he is the leader of the Dekaranger. He is Deca Red, and he eventually goes into SPD Fire Squad sometime later on in the, you know, in the show or whatever. Or actually technically in the movies. But Bon is a bombastic guy. And he is just, I guess you'd also say he's kind of like how would you even put it? Like, I'm not saying like a cute character, because it sounds a little weird, but I mean, he can also be, you know, very he is very friendly, I should point out. So yeah, for Bon, I don't know, dude. It ties in between fantastic and great, because Bon is he's a cool character, but he tends to like to he rushes into combat obviously because he's a pretty young guy. I mean, even though his actor was only like 23, was then he was 22 in the open half, but around July he turned 23. And I think Bond is 21 in the show, so and I think everybody else is kind of like a pretty old age in a way, or kind of a little older than Bond. But I'm gonna have to put him at fantastic, dude. I mean, most of these characters are gonna go at that, but for the most part, Bond has to go up there. Bombastic, friendly as hell, and, you know, is a sucker for women. And I need to put my computer on the charger, so let me do that right quick. So for the next few characters, besides Lisa Teagle, these characters are from the movies of Dekaranger, and we're starting off with Moogie Grafton, who is the Neo Deca Yellow of Dekaranger 10 years after. I don't know, dude. I'm not gonna freaking put her at great just because she's hot, but you gotta go there. Nope. You freaking over here pretending to be a Deca, and you freaking, you know, try to murder a girl because she's out here freaking kind of snitching, I guess. But I don't know. These two guys are gonna have to go down there because, you know, they're bad people or whatever, and they're fakes. They're, you know, obviously, but you know, for the next guy we have here is Assam Asimov, who is Neo Deca Red, who is aka the fake Deca Red. You know, he ain't the real one. He ain't the real guy. He ain't the real deal. So we're gonna go with the poop. Sorry about that. I have nothing for these guys. Nothing for them. Next up we have here is Lisa Teagle, who is the mentor of of Tekken, even though that's his first name, who is the mentor of Tetsu. And for anyone who's watched the episode, we already know that she is really strict, and she doesn't really care about, like, I guess, innocent lives, I guess. I don't even know. I'm not trying to say that she's like that, but it doesn't seem like she cares for, like, it doesn't seem like she doesn't really have that much value for human life, which kind of sucks. But I mean, other than that, she ends up, kind of lighting up, or you know what I freaking mean, throughout the rest of the episode, and ends up finding out why Tetsu and the rest of the Silver Badge Dekarangers or Earth Dekarangers act like that when they're, they're fighting, because, they fight with emotion or whatever. So, she's gonna have to go here. And, apparently Bond says that she's hot, or she's, she's very attractive. I mean, I guess, but I don't know. Next up we have here is the last character that I have that is from the movies of Dekaranger, or from the movies of Dekaranger, and that is indeed Marigold. By far the freaking worst Sixth Ranger ever. Yes, she was the first Gold Ranger, but I mean, when I watched Dekaranger Full Blast Action, which is the movie that she's from, I would say that she's actually pretty okay of a character, but in terms of, going into, she's probably the worst Sixth Ranger ever. Literally just go, emergency, Dekaranger, and freaking press the button, and they face on, and then just gets freaking blasted by, 5,000 bullets from the, the freaking gas drinkers, or whoever the freak they were called. Other than that, I would put her here, but we're not gonna do that. We're gonna put her at an okay, so. Yeah, and then, now, last but not least, we have is the last of the core Dekaranger, and that is, of course, Shinichi Inari, or Sen-chan, now, who is Deca Green, and is number 3, or third in command of the Dekaranger. Now, by far, the best character in the whole show, the best Dekaranger, well, from what I'm saying, best Dekaranger in the show. Yeah, Hoji is up there, up the top, but he is probably by far the best Dekaranger in the entire show. He's the definition of I would say definition of a true detective, but just, he figures out everything almost seamlessly, and just figures it out, and then the team just goes and freaking snatches up whatever they're trying to find or whatever. But other than that, he is probably by far the best character in all of Dekaranger. Even though he's not necessarily my favorite, he's gonna go to fantastic. So, dang, that's a really short tier list, even though I made this video kind of long. So, anyways, so that really does it for this video. So, this is it, guys. This is the Dekaranger tier list of mine. So, the most characters that we actually have here, surprisingly, is technically an A tier, and that it would be fantastic. And that row we have these guys right here. I only have one character in the great section, which would basically be B tier. And it will be C tier, and we only have 3 characters there. And D tier will be Poop, of course. Or no, that's what Poop would be. It will be a D tier. And, excuse me, we only have what are their names? 2 characters in there that I really don't like. And then sexiest, of course, we only have 2 characters up there. So, yeah, that really does it for this video. I really hope everybody enjoyed this. And I can only imagine what people are going to say, you know, who are huge fans of Dekaranger, or hell, I wouldn't even say diehard fans of Dekaranger, and then they see this tier list and like, oh my god, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Like, dude, like, he sucks at making tier lists. Of course I am. I'm planning on making more of these soon. My next plan is to do a Kyoryuger tier list, and as I said, and mind you, there's like, what, 10 times more characters in that show than there is in Dekaranger. So, yeah. That really does it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. And with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.